I think the first time I consumed drugs, I was probably 12. I remember like it was yesterday, the first time I actually smoked pot and got high. You know, when you're 12, you're not supposed to have a lot of worries in your life. So I think it was an easy, available escape, you know. Nothing was off limits. You know, we would drop acid, we would do coke, we would do quaaludes, we would do placidils, you know, just about it. We didn't discriminate. I probably drank 2 when I was 12, 13.
I was married to Todd for 17 years. We both smoked pot together. He wanted to do other things like cocaine. While I wanted to go along and be the fun wife, I would do those, but then I would stop doing those because I didn't like how they made me feel and I did not like the side effects of them. We had a child and another one on the way by then. I had a miscarriage. But once I became pregnant with Trevor, it was like, okay, it's time to lay this part of my life aside. And I thought we both quit. We didn't.
She was able to just walk away, put it down, walk away. I wasn't. Addiction is a progressive disease, so when I got into opiates, I mean, that was the set of drugs that really took me down the worst road. You know, when you run out or you can't get prescription medicine, then you have to go to the street, you know, if you're to the point where you have to have something to feel normal.
But I guess I didn't realize at that point in time what addicts would do to get money, to get drugs.
Stealing from other people, stealing from my family, pawning it for dope.
I remember him stealing video games from me, stealing my PlayStation 2, which was like my life when I was a kid.
So I just remember coming home one day and Mom just saying, "Oh, your dad has been here." And I run in as fast as Mom can unlock the door and I go right to my bedroom and check that all my favorite games are still there.
Part of me didn't want to accept that it was my dad like stealing things from me. Despite everything, like obviously I loved him.
I actually staged a robbery at my mother's house.
And the police said this was not somebody breaking in from the outside. I guess Todd wasn't smart enough to go outside and break it in. He broke it from the inside.
I did get caught.
We were very close, really. I guess we were close up until he got in middle school, high school, and started pulling away. And a lot of that probably had to do with the drugs, but I think all kids at that age tend to pull away from their parents. It really hurt me when I realized he had done it. You know, he might lie to everybody else, he might steal, but he was never gonna hurt me.
He didn't mean to hurt us in the way that he did.
It was a downhill slide where, you know, I couldn't get enough.
I swore out a warrant for his arrest, but he wasn't arrested right then. It wasn't until he went to Best Buy and stole a gift card. And when he exited the building, the police picked him up. And when they ran his name, the warrant came up. So they arrested him. He'd lost everything he had. He'd lost his job, his family, his kids, he'd lost everything.
I didn't really know myself or, you know, who I really was without drugs. And so after a lot of different attempts at getting sober through private treatment centers and all the rest, ironically, it was through the Metropolitan Drug Court and judicial system that I actually was able to you know, stay sober.
It turned him into a better man.
If you want it bad enough, it's there for you. You just got to do it. You got to do the next right thing.
I mean, it's kind of insane after talking about all this it's like I'm talking about a different person. Like I think I really don't feel like I knew the real Todd Albert.
You know, I was ready to get back and just kind of rediscover who I was. I started this company, Creative Parking Concepts. You name it, anything that's involved in parking cars. If it's technical, we probably do it.
I really respected Dad after his recovery because everybody told me it was something to be proud of that he did that. And I took that seriously.
He has an awesome job. He has an awesome wife.
You'd have to check with my kids, but I think I've tried to maintain a more of a loving approach to all of my, you know, relationships with family and especially them.
And I think our relationship now is great. We're very close. He's a wonderful son.
The person he is now, he's always been that, but because of some decisions he made early, addiction kind of overpowered that person. His love for his children, his desire to be alive and, you know, be a part of our lives. He had to let that be what drove him and overpowered addiction.